young child from the beginning.
Just get why she hold on to you. I just can't see why you holding on to her.
You won't ever leave us, will you?
Don't tell me what to do.
But I'm on your side.
She's the one. She's the one I need.
All right, there was a lot of things going on, so I'm going to simplify the timeline for y'all. Let's get started. So we start off with Sethi, a young child witnessing her mother being lynched. She marries this man named Holly, whose mother is this woman, Baby Suggs. Now, he did extra work to have her freed years ago. Now, he and Seth have 3 children, with one on the way. Mrs. Garner, the plantation owner's wife, gifted Sethi with a pair of crystal earrings. Now, Mr. Garner dies, and then this man here, school teacher, he runs the plantation. Sethi and others plan to escape, and Sethi sent her 3 children ahead to meet with Baby Suggs in Ohio. But she turned back to get Holly. And Sethi is assaulted by school teacher and his nephews. They SA'd her and took her milk. Sethi reported the abuse to Miss Garner, and it pained her, but she couldn't speak due to her tumor. So school teacher and his nephews beat her mercilessly for telling on them. Unbeknownst to Sethi, Holly witnessed the torture, and it drives him insane and docile, never to be seen or heard from again. Now Sethi decides to escape alone while very pregnant. And on her journey, she meets this woman, Amy Denver, a young white girl who helps her heal and makes it to the river. Also helped deliver her baby. And as a thank you, Sethi names her daughter after her, Denver. And this man is stamp paid. And he helps Sethi cross the river and make it to Baby Suggs. Sethi reaches 124 Bluestone Road, a home that was gifted to Baby Suggs by the Baldwins, who are abolitionists. And shortly after her arrival, Sethi begins to feel safe, but school teacher finds her 29 days later and comes to reclaim her and her kids. So out of a moment of desperation, Sethi unalives the kids. Only Baby Beloved succumbs. Of course, this angers them, and they leave. And Baby Suggs falls into a deep depression. She stops preaching. And the people in the town, they are shocked about what Sethi did, and they ostracize her. And this is the beginning of the film. She lives in a haunted house in the outskirts of Cincinnati with her daughter, Denver, and her children. The house is haunted by a violent spirit which drives away Sethi's 2 sons. This violent spirit is known as a haint. 8 years later, post-Civil War, and Paul D., a man from Sweet Home, finds Sethi 18 years later. He chases away the ghost, moves in, and their relationship starts growing. Now we have the arrival of Beloved, a mysterious young woman that shows up to Sethi's house. She's quiet, she's strange, and seems emotionally unstable and mentally childlike. And Sethi takes her in, and Denver is excited at first. And over time, Denver realizes that Beloved is the ghost of her sister, now in human form. Now the tension builds. Beloved grows jealousy of Paul D. and Sethi's relationship, so she uses some sort of power to SA him. And Paul D. doesn't tell Sethi, but he asks her to have his baby instead. Stamp Paid shows Paul D. a newspaper clipping about Seth's infanticide. And Paul D., he's horrified. He confronts Sethi about it, and then he leaves when she defends her actions. Of course, this crushes her, but she moves on. And Beloved influence grows, and Sethi realizes that Beloved is her daughter reincarnated. Sethi becomes obsessed with Beloved. Spoiling her and neglecting Denver, Beloved becomes manipulative, demanding, and destructive. The house falls into poverty and chaos. Sethi stops working and starts wasting away, physically and emotionally. Inspired by the memories of her grandmother, Denver leaves the house to ask for help, and the community starts delivering food to the family. Denver gets a job with the Baldwins, the same family who helped Sethi years ago. Denver cries and lets the lady know what's been going on in her home, and that lady informs the women of the community about Beloved. So a group of women, they come to Sethi's house to help spiritually cleanse the home. And as they sing and pray, Mr. Baldwin is arriving on horses to pick Denver up for work. But Sethi, confused and triggered, mistakes Mr. Baldwin for school teacher, catching flashbacks, and she attacks him with an ice pick. And the woman and Denver stop Sethi. Beloved disappears completely during the chaos and aftermath. Denver matures and begins to thrive on her own. Paul D. returns and finds Sethi in a deep depression. Sethi becomes bedridden and emotionally broken. And she says that she's lost her best thing, Beloved. Paul D. tells her, "You are your own best thing." And the film ends with Baby Suggs preaching about self-love and letting go. Now that we got that timeline out the way, it's about to get real thick, because y'all know how I do. My breakdowns are going to get deep, especially about this film here. Y'all tap back in with Mr. Jen.